Alrighty. I was supposed to do an alert, but I forgot. Anyway. Okay, so I'm in for the air signs for the week. So we'll start with Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. I got the wheel behind me. I'm going to spin it. And all these piles are all correlated to those pies on the chart. And then we'll go with the decks that we'll let fate decide here. I did the Capricorn and Earth and all of that. They have not come up to clear, so it's going to be a while till I timestamp them. Anyway, yeah, so we'll start with the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius in that order. So we'll start with Gemini. See if I can. So I know you guys can't really read it from there, but anyway, I'm going to spin it. So again, all of these are all correlated to all of the sections: infinity readings, ruins, Lenormand, animals, numbers, love, general, and spiritual. So we're going to let the energies decide for Gemini. It's love. We're talking about love today. So 18 plus. Here we go. So these are the cards for love. I use the, what are these ones called? Forgot. Sex cards, more sex cards, and romance cards. That's what I'm using. Oh, sexual magic is what these are called. And these are the romantic tarot. Whatever. I use them all the time and you think I'm blanking out. So I don't know. Okay, so Gemini. We're going into the love sector. Actually, we had some on the earth signs there. Was through Lenormand, but a lot of sexual stuff came out, so that was interesting. So we'll see what happens here. Yeah, I'm getting confused, and the word misdirected came out. So we may be misdirected in certain areas here. Love direction for Gemini. Oops. Yeah, like just getting to the point of frustration is what I'm feeling. It's like I kind of don't know what to do, say, or think about certain things. Confused. So I don't know if we're waiting for answers and we're not getting, or like we're not able to sift through the answers, or I don't know how that's going, but slight confusion is what I'm getting. And the word they gave me was misdirection, so we'll see what comes up in the cards here. And again, you know what I'm finding is most of my readings, they're not really, a lot of the readings are going like over 2 weeks past. So the energies probably won't make sense to you now, but maybe at the end of this week, depending on when you click the video, because my intention is to make them timeless. So say you're down the road, you click it and you don't realize the date. It could be valid for you at that time, but nonetheless, my readings tend to unfold in the latter part of the week. So just when I go to do the next sign is usually when you'll understand the energies more from this last week. So just a heads up. Okay. That's 2 decks. One more deck here. And we'll see. So again, for Geminis. So your sun, moon, rising, all of that. I'm finding the more that you span outward to find more elements in your chart, or more, yeah, like where they sit in your chart, the more interesting the readings are, because they kind of revolve around each other, like your sun, moon, rising. I find that my my ascendant hits on more the now what's going on in the now, in the grounded reality. I find my ascendant hits better than my sun sign, but I'm a cusper, so I'm on the edge of both. So I don't know if that plays into things or not, but my sun sign just doesn't hit for me very often. It's more my Venus sign and my ascendant, so I don't know why that is, but it's kind of like I grew out of it, is the sense I get. So just a heads up, it might work that way for some others as well. So it's good to know those. And another thing too is to Western and Eastern astrology. In the other astrology there, I'm an Aquarius, and that's also my Venus. So that sits highly. I think the reason why that fits me more than any other sign. So I don't know if that's, I don't know. Again, check out all that stuff. It's interesting once you go into it. You get different aspects of things. Okay, so we're going to start out with the romance side. Going into the sex and then in the sex again. So this will be an intimacy reading. So see what comes out. Alrighty. Gemini. First card. Okay. Camera angles all wrong. Here we go. Right? Right. First card. 17. Give me a minute here. Okay. I'm going to organize everything. Alrighty. That's a little bright, eh? Better? Not really. But anyway. So this is the I don't know what the actual title is, but that's a compass, right? And compasses are all about direction. And when we're talking about romance, it's like you have this couple holding hands. And it's like, what direction are we going to go here? And that's the sense I was getting from the Gemini, is that we're in a lot of confusion here. We don't know where to go or how to take things. So that's very much supporting that energy that I was getting. Next card, Page of Swords. So this is your energy, right? That is about inquisitiveness. Now, isn't it interesting that they're looking at the direction? It seems like the Gemini is wanting to know more about what direction are we going to take this? Like there's questions coming up. Not sure yet whether that's going to your partner or if that's just coming to your own mind, right? Because the Page of Swords is, he wants to illuminate, right? He's got the candles. He wants to illuminate that which he's looking at, right? Where he's going. And the interesting thing here too is how he is holding that sword, because he's got it wrapped with a sash, if it's going to focus. And making sure not to cut himself. And I feel like that has a lot to do with him keeping things to himself so that not to damage anything outside of this, that kind of thing. He may have certain thoughts about where he wants to take this relationship and whatnot. I feel like this is not going outward to the partner, and it may be the partner's doing the same, but we may not be on the same track, that kind of thing. So that's what I'm getting. Okay, so next card. This is interesting, the 8 of Coins. That's the happy, fun-loving card. Now, it's interesting to me also that he's looking this way, and then this couple is going in another direction. So do we have, like typical Gemini, dualities here going on? Give me a minute. The sense I get is we have someone here that brings out a light-sided part of us, a loving, fun-loving side of us that they're going, we don't see very often, is what I'm getting, which is interesting because Gemini is usually known for kind of being up for anything. But the sense here is that there's maybe one particular direction that a person in our life brings this out in us. Okay. Now it's interesting to me because when I first get a load of this card, the sense is that this is a coupled relationship that we're in and we're looking into things, but yet there's someone outside of that that makes us feel happy, fun loving, and light and airy and yada yada. So is this a past person or just a friend or what? Like we're in the romance area and they're wanting to highlight the love and all of that. So let's go deeper, okay? So on the 17 there, the star, that's what it is. It's supposed to be the star. But I very much take it to mean direction with this romance deck, because the hand holding is in shadow. So it's almost like where, that's just the essence I assigned to it from the beginning, and that's what I stick with. So it's the sense of where are we going to take this. So there's a sense here that the Gemini male may be looking at the relationship he's in and deciding whether or not he wants to stay in it or go out of it, really, no matter. Now it's go out to somebody else or stay in it, whatever. Now this could also be energy of the past. I had an energy here where I was, we were fun and happy, but maybe that's not where it's sitting now, this kind of thing. So we'll see as we move deeper here. So to clarify this star, we get the 10 of Swords. Yeah, that's not good because that's about heartbreak, right? And hurt that is put upon us, right? And it's interesting because it's the cup spilt, so the emotions are spilled on the floor. She's obviously sad and wounded. Not wounded physically, but more emotionally. Yeah. So an ending, no less, right? So this may be the thing, the Gemini's in a situation where something is ended here and we're trying to understand maybe the meaning behind that. Why did it end? Or, something, we're trying to look deeper into it, right? I don't feel he's in resistance to the ending. I feel he's more what happened, how, like, he didn't see it coming or didn't understand certain things. This is what's coming about, okay? Or she, right? So to clarify the illumination card here, things that the Gemini may be looking to illuminate, to look into, to get more truth on, is the King of Cups. This is interesting. Sorry, I get vibration, so. This is interesting because the King of Cups is a mature male who's very compassionate, caring, and devoted and loyal to, giving, right? All the food is on the floor. Like she's more than enough food, more than enough of everything from this guy, right? He's supplied her with everything. It's interesting because I'm feeling an empathy from that woman, which I don't normally feel, of disinterest and not, how do you say, like boredom and not wanting, almost like apathy, like not wanting to be there to a degree. So I don't know if that's the situation that came or if that's what this man was feeling from this position. Again, masculine or feminine, right? This could be feminine, feeling like she's trying to illuminate why this relationship ended, what happened here. We're processing our emotions. At the same time, there's some kind of a maturity level here with our emotions that wants to come forth or whatnot. There's a lot of stuff coming from here. They're making me notice the King, who is very much in charge of his emotional center and taking control of that. So that may be you or someone outside of you who has done this and created havoc because of that, or you in the same way. Or you could be the person that's kind of sitting in a relationship that wasn't quite, there wasn't contentment there to a high degree. So we're just apathetic. And then it eventually, because of that, maybe, fell apart for whatever reason. And now we're still, processing all of that. So this is really, there's a lot of levels here I'm getting stuff on. So on top of this fun loving card, and again, I feel that's outside of the relationship. And if it's inside, it's dealing with our past, that maybe we've come to a joint part here where, or what do you call that? Enjoyment? Or a dislocation where we used to have fun, but we're not having it anymore. Like it's not fun anymore. This really does signify an ending. So if we're with someone, it's not happy, that kind of thing. Now on top of the fun loving card, we have the King of Swords. Now this is interesting. These are two kings, and this guy always signifies, give me moments here. King of Swords in this deck is kind of hedonistic to me. He is it almost looks like a housewife in the background checking in on him, and like he's being pleased by this other woman. And I don't think he really cares about either one of them. So he's just filling his needs, that kind of thing. Pretty harsh, but that's what I'm getting from here. Now, the Sword of Truth is behind both of them, ahead of both of them, but like it almost looks like she's going to grab it. I don't know. Just give me a minute. No, she is simply there to please that man. That is it. So is this what happened in our relationship? Are we the type that we just had someone there to please us and that's it? And now it has fallen apart and we are upset about it? Or because it's interesting to me that the King of Cups is sitting right in the middle, wanting to reach out to all the cards, basically. The King of Cups wants to be emotionally mature. The King of Swords, he gets what he wants, but he doesn't really have a lot of emotional depth, if at all any, right? If at all we have emotions, probably not. Why? Because we got one in the background here looking after the house and one looking after the man. It seems to be above board for everybody. So there's a sense of some kind of energy, either mentally like this, like maybe we're so fed up with everything that we just want someone to please us and we don't want any hassle from anybody else. Or we're on the other side of it, right? Hey, Paradise. How's it going? So there's a sense here of this energy, but yet a real sense of heart wanting to come forth and an ending no less. So as we move into the last row, okay, so the ending, right? What direction are we going to take this? Well, no matter what each person thinks, I feel like an ending came no matter. And I don't feel it coming from one particular direction. I feel like it was maybe a dysfunction that kind of just fell apart because we didn't have a firm foundation in any direction. Okay. On top of that, we get the 12 of Wands from that deck, and I'm going to read because I just keep forgetting. So that is the Knight of Wands. He is adventurous. I'm going to go half off here. He is adventurous moving forward. Now he is wearing a mask. And again, I feel like he's beneficial. I better get into my book here before. Yeah. Okay, so he's the diplomat. Yeah. Curiosity, negotiations, peaceful solutions, mediation, reluctance to use violence despite strength. Okay, the sense here. Yeah, we may have had a breakup here where we were very we were oppressing our we were holding back highly our feelings for this person, everything, for whatever reason. It affected us highly, but it's like we just wanted to mask it or hold it back or whatnot. Okay, that's what I'm getting here. Because there's a sense that even though, man, there's some underground stuff here, like secrets that neither one of them knew about each other. And the sense here is that there's a masculine Gemini I'm picking up on, that he knew some secrets about his partner that he never even brought to the forefront to discuss. I don't know if he was in denial or wanting to be in denial, didn't want to deal with it. But nonetheless, it didn't matter if he even dealt with that. There was more stuff above and beyond that destroyed things, but he didn't even bring it forward. So there's a sense that this could be someone highly in denial or just not able to deal well with the whole situation. Okay. Now, again, the King of Cups is usually someone who is very emotionally evolved. So if we have a situation here where we're curious, the sense is that we want to know why this came down. Somebody, I may be getting energies, not backwards, but it may flip for you. You may be a different character here. You may be a female Gemini with the same scenario I just described. You know that the partner's doing something bad, but you didn't call them on it. You didn't bring them forth. But the accumulation of more of these things is actually what ended up disrupting the relationship to a degree. It's gone. So it was almost like we didn't help ourselves help this relationship by holding anything back. It just made it kind of come quicker when I think in our mind, we were holding off because we wanted it to stay, but it actually blew up quicker than if we would have come forward. We might have actually solved some things, but nonetheless, it's the way that it is. So I feel like the energy of that is what this person here, if it's the Gemini energy, wanting to illuminate, like why. Give me a minute here. Maybe they're just trying to question themselves, like, why didn't I come forth? Or maybe they're still in denial. There's something funky about that energy, okay? So anyway, this is about wanting to know more about the emotions. And I feel like it's the partner's emotions, like why? But meanwhile, I feel like they're somewhat aware of why. They just kind of don't want to deal with that energy. It's kind of like some of the earth stuff that was going on here, but nonetheless. So we're wanting to look deeper into what our emotional center. Why? Because we want to evolve forward to know what happened here so we can move past it. Now, to expand on that card, look at this stuff. 12 of Swords. Look at two guys facing each other. That's interesting to me. Fire and air. This is an air reading. So this would be your energy. This is a fire. You may be in or have been in or broken from an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, with a fire, Aries, Leo, or Sag. So this might have been the scenario as it sits. Give me a minute here. I'm just going to. Because these two are kind of passive energies. Like if you look at them, they're not. Even the Knight of Swords is usually one of the fastest in the deck. In this deck here, he's just kind of standing there getting ready to go. And this guy's kind of looking forward like, there's not a lot of, it doesn't seem like a duel. But again, there's a knowledge here that these two exist. So we may have a scenario where the woman is dealing with two men, or a fight of two men, or the whole triangular situation. Okay. That's what I'm getting here. And the sense is that both guys know about each other. But the girl may not know this. Okay. So the girl is with someone who she's kind of with like 70% of the time. And then she's seeing someone else. Give me a minute here. One of these guys had an instinct about it and the other one didn't. And I feel like the guy that had the instinct is the one that got booted. Yeah. And they took off in the other. Okay, just give me a minute here. Whew. So 12 and 12, there's something to this. That's 3 and 3. 3 is a highly spiritual number. And again, third parties, right? issue of 3 people, one too many here to evolve. I feel like there's a woman here that's playing, or a masculine, whatever, right? I don't feel it's the Gemini. I feel like it's the partner of the Gemini. Whether you're masculine or feminine, that partner is playing field here. Okay. Yeah, this guy here, he's waiting for the enemy, right? This is the enemy. He doesn't know about him. He knows about him. Okay? This is what's going on. Holy. This one here's got a high sense of ego. He's going forward with. This guy here's more, the Wands guy can temper himself in the ego department. He realized it takes more than one person to run a show here and to communicate, and he's open to that. But this guy, he doesn't. I can do everything myself, and I will, and da da da. And he's more of the conqueror. But again, lost on emotion. Not a lot of depth here in emotion. This guy can be very passionate and adventurous and whatnot. So whatever character that sits, there's a lot of characters in here. 2 specifically who are vying for someone else's attention. I'll leave it at that. And then we get on top of and it's the sword, it's the air and fire, right? Well, and then there's someone here with emotion. I feel like that's the Gemini. That's the Gemini, male or female. That's the person that wants to evolve in their emotional center. And things aren't right here. But we're being played somehow. Holy man of war. Okay. You know what? I'm going to put 3 infinity cards on here and just level this off. We have the Lovers card. There's obviously some funny business going on here. Hey, Denise, thanks for coming in. But it's simply a scenario where I think we just broke apart because we either got found out cheating or, yeah, that's it. We really just broke because somebody was caught red-handed kind of thing. So I'm going to throw 3 on here. It's not a great reading, really. But I feel like the Gemini is kind of the one out of the loop here. I feel like everybody else kind of knew what was going on, but the Gemini didn't. Alrighty. Well, I did Earth, but it's still processing. And the other signs are coming up here. Okay. Yeah. We're just simply looking after our physical needs here. So the Gemini, and again, I don't feel the Gemini's in that loop. They're looking for deeper, more committed stuff here. And their partner that they were with may have snowed them in the area of thinking that they could be a good match in that way, and they're not. They're just really playing fields and going out and looking for whatever they can scrounge up, and they're not long-term material type thing, no matter what came down here. So yeah, 2 more. So we'll see what happens. Put 1 on each, see if we can. But I mean, it's pretty clear cut. It's third wheel. Gemini was literally cut out, but it may be for better things, right? So on the 12, I feel like this is kind of the innocent party. The fire sign, well, I don't know who's innocent here, really. Aries, Leo, or Sag has come into this mix somehow, okay? They are looking for adventure. They're looking for their ego is in the right place when it comes to sex and romance. They're looking for a partner. Just give me a minute here. I gotta. Yeah. This guy here, he's coming in. He's just trying to conquer. He's purely ego. He's just trying to win over this guy. This guy's trying to go outward in some kind of semblance of love and carrying forward. This guy's not. He's just trying to win out against someone else. I don't know if these 2 are dueling outright or if, but it's a weird scenario. Okay. So to expand on this adventurous guy here, We have 57, which is retro games, which talks about age gaps in relationships. So this person here either may be quite a few years older. This I attuned to be 7 or more years difference. So it's significant. So the Aries, Leo, or Sag here, or I'm saying that, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. You could have it in anywhere in your chart. Man, this glare. He's looking for adventure, and he may be going after someone who's either higher or lower in age by 7 years or more. Okay, so this is his sense of adventure. This is what he's going after. Someone that's quite different from them. Now, this 12, this guy, he's coming in to win. This is what I get from him. He's ready to fight for something. Now, this is the air sign. We got to keep that in mind because we are Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Now, the sense that I get here that we're just going to win. Are we going to want what we fight for? That's the thing, is do we really know? Do we have any depth of emotion here to make sure that what we're fighting for is something that we want? Now, interestingly enough, we got happily single. So this is this dude. This would match with the energy that I got. So this is another, I guess if you're in this scenario, you can make sense of it. Is this your partner? Is this your partner? And who's this? Someone coming in here. Happily single. I don't know. Okay. But anyway, that's a sense of being single and happy to be so. So if we were in a relationship and we just got out of it, it's talking about being happy to get out of it because it was a burden to us. So we're happy to be on the single side. Again, still processing emotions and whatnot here, which is this card. Still processing emotions, but happy to be rid of some of the burdens here is what I'm getting. Now, on top of the Lover's card, we have Diamond in the Rough. So the sense here is that if we busted from a relationship, somebody busted from a relationship to go to an older or a significantly younger person from the Gemini. I do not feel it was the Gemini themselves. I could be wrong on that though, but somebody here went outside, got an older, much older or much younger partner that was someone that they saw potential in. Okay. Now, the sense I'm getting is that we are now in a position where we are single and we're going forward happily so, because either coming to the realization that this person didn't love us, and it's emotionally harsh, but nonetheless, we're feeling relieved by it for certain reasons here. And I feel like the partner realizes they got a lot of work to do in the relationship nonetheless, but it may be a soul partner for them is what I'm getting. And they may be a fire sign. Holy. Okay, so that is Gemini. Good luck with that to make sense of that. It's pretty kind of mixed up there. And again, it's hard to suss out when people hold back emotions. It really does kind of get blurred in my view as well, like trying to suss it out. When people are holding back, the energy tends to hold back. So that is the Gemini. Okay, so now we're going on to Libra. So we'll spin the wheel here. I'm not going to bother shuffling till the end, or unless I got to use it again. So again, I have the wheel and whatever one it lands on, the buttons down here. So we just came from love. What are we on? Libra. Sorry, I'm a little slow today. Numerology. Numbers. I got the least amount of stuff here, so I added some different things. I only got one numerology deck. So I'm going to put in the planetary and the fortune cards for this. So this is going to be Libra's reading. So away we go. Give me a moment. So I got the dice. And I've got the numerology deck. And then we'll see fortune and planetary cards. So I'll use numbers if they got them in there and see what we can come up with. Interestingly enough, I'm getting for the Libra, they're feeling very imbalanced. And they're highly aware of this and trying to, like they're showing me scales imbalance. They're trying to weigh things out here, feeling very odd in it. Like this energy is not comfortable with them. Highly aware of this, so they're trying to balance things out. If it's emotionally, I'm not sure here. Yeah, very uneasy feeling. They know things are not right. Maybe not clear in how to fix it. Okay, one more deck here. Agitated is the word they gave me. Frustrated. It's me. A lot of people over this time, I think, are feeling that kind of energy. So we'll see what we come up with. They're wanting 3, 3, and 3. And then the numerology above all, we're just going to channel for that. Not much on numerology, so they'll just give me what they give me. And we'll go from there. Okay. So, how am I going to do this? Okay, hold on. We'll see if we can go down so you can watch the... Can you watch that fall? Yeah, you can see that, right? Okay, so these are 8. That's funny. 6 and 2 make 8. Okay, well, obviously that's the infinity number, right? So that's above. I'll remember that. That's above and beyond everything. Too funny. Okay, let me get set up for the cards here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 numerology. 3 fortune is what I put in here. And then 3 planetary to kind of tie up the energies. And then we'll go into the 8s all along here. So the first... Oh, sorry. Very organized I am, eh? Yeah. First card. Rebirth. 6 and 1 is 7. 7 to me... Yeah, okay. I'm going, can I go by my calculator? They're like, yeah. 7 to me is a lucky number. I get this number a lot when I've done good spiritually or figured something out spiritually or I need kudos from the universe. I'll see 7s. And the more multiples, the more excited they are about what I've accomplished, figured out, seen, insight, lessons that I've gained. Now, rebirth is about an energy that wants to come forward to... Yeah, it... Okay, give me a minute here. They're going evolution process, okay? So when we're talking about evolution, we're talking about something that is already there that we are evolving into, right? So if we're talking about now on the earth, spirituality, we have the spirituality there, but it is now increasing and changing and morphing and being illuminated, this kind of thing. This is what I'm getting for the main energies. There's an energy here that wants to be what's the word they're trying to shoot? Re-energized, reorganized, rebooted. Okay. Now next we get 81, talks about leadership. We may have to take a leadership role. Sorry. Okay. So 8 and 1 is 9. Leadership, pink. They're showing me the pink. They said pink is about compassion, how we move forward. The orange, the leadership role, we take that in compassion, not in fear, creating fear and havoc, going outward. This is the rebirth. In our life here, we may have taken steps to overpower those around us in a way that wasn't so healthy. This is what they're giving me. Now, it's interesting to me, kind of these orange here, pink, blue. Orange is the sacral. This can, I mean, to me, it highlights sexuality, but it also highlights creativity in ways that energizes us forward, and leadership, being more creative in a compassionate way to move forward. 9 is about coming to completions, the last final steps that we have to take in order to turn things over. And I get a sense there's something here it wants to turn over, but we're just at the last step, and it's almost like we know there's something wrong here, but we can't figure it out. Okay, next. Wow. Color. Parenting, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, this is interesting. That's color. So that's 9. Again, 8 and 9, 9, 9. 7, 9, 9. Give me a minute. So the sense here, because they do talk to me in numbers, but this is very individually me, but I'm going outward with it. So 6 and 1 is 7. That's congratulations from the universe. So they want to congratulate you. 8, 1 is about leadership, about how you go forward. 8 and 1 is 9. We are coming to a completion course here with how we lead others, how we get others underneath us to follow our lead, that kind of thing. And the problem, there is a problem here in the compassion area. We're starting to we have shut that down to a degree that we don't realize. This is, from back readings I had. Just give me a minute here. We have learned to, use no compassion to such a high degree that we do not know where medium is. We do not know where above medium is. We do not know. So we have a skewed way of thinking about our compassionate center. That needs to be realigned. And as we move forward, parenting, this may be highlighted as one of the areas where they're going to illuminate you to a high degree and show you how this will be. Now, 6 and 3 is 9. Again, coming to completions with some kind of karma here in a parenting way, or a completion with something. Just give me a minute here to gain words. Because again, it's the blue Merkaba here. It's talking about how we speak, how we communicate to those. Now, leadership, taking a leadership role would be a parent, right? And we want to change that in order to go forward more precisely and more compassionately. I feel like the compassion here is the thing that the Libra somehow has got mixed up with. Like I said, either our parameters about we grew up maybe in a compassionless house, so therefore no compassion. It seems like, oh, mid-grade. But actually that's a complete lack of. This kind of thing is what they're trying to emphasize here. But we've come a long way. They said, we're near completion. It's this last step is the hardest. And what they're saying here is it has to do with the compassion. So I'll leave it at that because I'm kind of not getting anywhere here. Okay. But those that will know that it affects. So again, I didn't have much for cards. And again, keeping the 8, 7, 8, 9. We're all in line here. We're taking step by step because this is 7. Our number overall here, 6 and 2 was 8, right? And then these all add up to 9. So we're taking the steps we need to go in the direction. And the sense they're giving me is we're proud of where we're at here because we are making progress, slow and steady. But this last step here to completion is going to be the hardest. Why? Because we are mismatched in our compassion zone, and that has to be relearned. And how are we going to learn it? Through our children, because the sense I'm getting here is the children will come back and speak, and we need to listen and follow their lead. It has to be reversed because the child was born with the compassion that one should have. We've learned the wrong way, is the sense. So we have to, mitigate that between all of this. So this is what I'm getting at. Hopefully it transfers well because it's a really good, deep message. And again, I feel like the Libras are bright enough to pick up on this. It's very subtle for them, but the problem here is our level of compassion. That's what they're saying. Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being you have the ultimate compassion, your Mother Teresa, like this is 10. 0 is like I have no compassion, no heart, no empathy, no nothing. The Libra's been sitting at a 3 all their lives, and they figure that a 3 is a 7, and it ain't even close. So this is what they're going, we need to push that beyond. We need to bring out our love and compassion to others more, so that we realize where we really need to be is a 5 or higher. This is kind of what they're showing me. Okay. So on the rebirth, again, that's the new energy, the energy that wants to be renewed in the compassionate area. We need to reboot. A 3 will not do. It is not the maximum, and it's not the minimum, or it is not the medium. It is not enough, period. For in our family, parenting, nothing. This needs to go higher, or we're going to have fallouts here heavy, or we have in the past, don't understand why. This would be why. So rebirth, on top of there, we get the Chariot. Change it, charge ahead with confidence, stay strong and focused. So again, we are going in the right direction. Where the lines of we're doing the right things. We just have to increase the last step here. It has to be a little harder work, right? Yeah, that's all I'm getting from there. Because, a lot of these horses, they go in circles, right? And I feel like this may be the Libra. They're kind of spinning in circles, that they take the compassion as a problem out of it, because they keep pushing this. It's the compassion. We need to increase the compassion. Once we do this, everything will start to morph, and we'll start to see clearer. But because they're taking the compassion out, this is why we can't solve it, why we can't balance, because we are not balanced in that area. So we need, okay, boom, got it. Leadership 8 and 1, 9. Sun, open your heart to enormous growth ahead. Again, that heart center, right? Yellow. Look at all the yellow. Look at all the warm, creative energy that they want to come forth in this area. The easiest place for it to go is through the child. This is the easiest place they have found for you to realize this. So that's where they're going to expand it. Okay. They're going, we do this most efficiently with the children, but we have to do it even more. It feels safe there, right? We know we're going to get nurturing back from our I was going to say partner, but they're saying, no, the child, the children. It's easy to open our hearts because we never get let down there. So that's what they're saying. Open to those areas that we don't get let down. And then it will be easier to go outside of that and to balance that trepidation in other areas. Okay. So the parenting, again, 9, beware, be careful who you trust at this time. Okay. Now, green is about healing energy, no matter if there's a little lizard there. That is about healing that has to happen. So we may have had an incident with the children where they, trust was an issue. But they're going, it is safe to open here, and we know this intellectually. Discussions may need to be had in this area. We may have people holding back emotions to a degree, and I feel like it's parent to child. Yeah. It's highly aspect if we do this. The sense they're giving me is that, you know what, we may have problems in our relationship that we can't even go there. We have problems with our children. There's more of a drive to want to fix that than there is with our partner. So once we do that and we figure out how to do that, like there's more of a confidence level in the children that they'll rebound. There's not so much in the partner. Okay. So they're going, go there. Go with the kids where you know that you can experiment a little bit. Go outside the lines a little bit and try something different a little bit with the children. Different viewpoints, more compassion, more right? because it's highly aspected, you'll gain success here as long as you take movement to heal in this area. And then once you do that, then you find more pathways to do it outside of the children. Okay? So hopefully that transfers. Okay. Okay, it was heavy, but it's good. It's kind of good. Yeah. So Chariot. So again, confidence, moving forward. Planetary card. Sun in Leo, a time of celebration and success. The number is 5. And joy again, right? Because these would be the same cards. Sun and joy, the same thing. Sun in Leo, that's all good stuff. So as long as we take movement and action, yeah, towards that energy of healing with these children, because there's, again, a high confidence point here. Oh yeah, I'll go in there. And why? Because we are taking the lead. We know what we'll do if it fails, and the partner, we may be more anxiety ridden at results. With the kids, well, they're my kids. They're always going to be my kids. So I know, right? This kind of thing is what I'm getting. So the Leo is about charging forward in confidence, right? What does it say there? Celebration and success. So again, for some, this might be a situation where we've overcome something like this in the family, or it may be where we're learning to overcome, take this step and regain all the joy and confidence that we have. When you have these splinters in the family or disruptions, sometimes it seems like it's just nothing can get through it, and then all of a sudden it just lifts, and everything's happy, everybody's happy, and we all no more burdens, right? So this is the sense that I'm getting with this sun. A lot of sunshine, so a lot of great energy moving forward. We just have to kind of be aware as to how we go forward. But I feel like the Libra's pretty smart. They got it covered. Now on top of the sun energy, which is great and groovy, we have the moon in Gemini. 15 is the number, so that dumbs down to 6. Indecision, should I stay or should I go? And I feel like that's more the energy, should I go at the kid or shouldn't I? And in what kind of way, right? Unsure about how to deal with that situation. I don't feel it's in so much in a partnership. I feel like if we're in a partnership, it may not be going groovy because we got too much conflict, maybe in our offspring area rather than, and we'll deal with that after. And they're going, and this works good for us too, because we're going to learn our lesson with our children that we need to transfer to our partner. So yes, by all means, go in the area of the children, and eventually we'll learn how to deal with the partner with the tools that we gain there. So again, this is not so much should I stay or go from a relationship. It's should I go into these kids with my heart-centered place, or should I just leave it be, right? And they're going, no, open up your heart, spill your heart out to your kids and tell them why. What did this hurt me, and why did it hurt me, and how does it affect you? And you tell me your feelings, this kind of thing, like the give and take. They're showing we just need to open it right up. We can't what do you call that? Sweep it under the rug, that kind of thing. They don't want you doing that. So again, on the beware, which is the only real weird energy that's here, I don't think the Libra really goes forward without taking a lot of time to think about things. And I think they will. To clarify that card about how we go outward, I feel like, again, there's a high discrepancy between partners and children. Is very, very different there. To clarify, they got the eclipse in Aries. And that's about collaborations, boosting relationships through teamwork and compromise. 5 and 2 is 7. So that Aries is about taking action, right? Working together. And the sense here, we could have more than one children here, one child. And that is kind of the energy, actually. They nail it here, like it's all really good, groovy stuff. But when we're in it, it seems like the worst possible thing that could happen, and drama abounds. But after it's all solved, we really gained a lot of headway here that we didn't even know that we possibly could. And I feel like, again, is focused on the children. We've got 3 of them here, so that's the key. Okay, so this family may have 3 children that they're dealing with, or conflicts within that, or one of them, whatever the situation. Interesting. Yeah. So basically a conflict resolution here, and needing to open the heart center up. The parent does. The Libra parent needs to open up that heart center and give more insight to the children of how you feel and where you're coming from, because this needs to be seen by the children to understand fully. And kids will, they just act out, but they don't necessarily know why. And it could be just a void of knowing where the compassion sits. So take note of that. So again, the 8, how does that play? Just give me a minute here. A lot of sunshiny energy. And 8 is infinity. It talks about loops in behavior as well. We may have situations here where we may be looking at ourselves and going, why does this happen? Like this happened. This happened in my family and I didn't want it to happen, that kind of thing. And an awareness to want to change that or flip that over, or, or catching it beforehand and going, you know what, I had this in my family. I got to think of another way, and maybe not being able to come up with that idea, but nonetheless, or feeling like they can't, but nonetheless, eventually coming out with a solution that really overrides. And the sense that I'm getting when they give me that 8 number is that there's a cycle that may be broken with our children that was done to us through our parents, meaning we may have had something that we noticed about our parents, the way they treated us, the way they raised us, the way they did things that we didn't like, and we knew damn well that we were going to do it different. And this is what happened. We may have overlooked that through this whole scenario. We may have fell into that trap and done exactly what our parents did. We said we weren't going to do, but then we got we took a step back and went, wait a minute, and realized right before the end of right? Because we're talking about 9s, 7, 8, 9. So completion of a cycle here where we almost put our foot down in the same areas, but just before we closed it out, we realized, wait a minute, I don't want to do this. And I want to stop this here. This stops here. And I feel like that has to do with that compassion that we want to carry forward. The compassion that we want to give out to the children is really what we need to do that maybe our parents didn't do for us. Right? And that's what it is. Yeah. Our parents didn't tell us why. They gave us shit for doing wrong, but they didn't tell us why. It's not the right thing to do. No, why? Why to you does it mean something? And that was the thing. You didn't get their heart. You didn't get, and I feel like this parent is making a obvious choice to not do that. They're going, no, you know what? I do have to explain, and I do have to tell my kids why. And I know that for myself, I realize, even having a special needs kid, that you really do have to, it calms a certain part of them to know, and they know when you're lying and when you're not, even when when you think you got your home free, like, yeah, they believed it. No, they know there's an uneasiness there. So it's kind of settling that uneasiness in the children and not realizing how it affects the whole family. Right? And not only that, realizing the path that you were on was a path that you didn't like when you had it put upon you. So stopping that cycle, which is good, because this is what this whole time now is about, doing things differently. We're not going to just be mindlessly led anymore. We're not just going to do what our parents did because they did it, right? We're going to do it because it makes sense or it doesn't make sense. And we're going to make the children, we're going to grow from that, So it's really deep, really good stuff. And, better days ahead. Again, this is for a week, but I feel like there's just a big sun shining on the Libras for this next week. really groovy energy into a lot of heartwarming, compassionate stuff. Again, they're saying the heart knows what it needs to do. We're reluctant to do it, but we're seeing results here just from this little incident that happened this week. We're seeing results, so we're going to start moving into there. And again, it's only one more step till we complete, realizing that, we were void of compassion here and we need to infuse more of it, and things will go swimmingly. It's really what I'm getting. And then suddenly things will become a lot clearer, right? Because we have this confusion. Why? It's because our heart's not in it. When we infuse our heart more, fully, it becomes a lot clearer which way to go. Okay, so, wow, that was a nice one, Libra. Okay, next. Sorry, I gotta take breaths because they're so heavy duty. Whoa. That's good, though. I like that one. Okay, sort my cards. And then Aquarius, last for the evening here. I don't know. I got to see where my videos are at, whether I'm going to keep going. It takes forever for them to process. I guess there's too many videos going out, so we'll see. Alrighty, so Aqua, we're going to spin the wheel. See what you get. Oh, that was a pissy spin. But anyway, it was general reading. Okay, give me a moment here. I got to put these back. My general cards are these. Okay. Aquarius, where are you at? I got anger right away. Angry. Not good. Something not going our way, that's for sure. Yeah, blocked. Being blocked by something going on in our life here. Either we are kind of consciously or unconsciously blocking ourselves from something here by our emotions, right? Our emotions are either warped or, like we're worked up about something, and senses that maybe not that we don't need to be, because we are, but like, again, misdirected energy, like the Gemini here a little bit. Okay, one more deck. Let's see what we get. Hopefully we can solve some problems here. So I'm using the above and below cards with clarifiers here. Let's see what we come up with. Alrighty. I should have put the wheel closer or something here. Alrighty, Aquarius. First card, general reading. Eight of Pentacles. So, work. Working to accomplish something, right? Putting our time and effort into something. And she seems quite happy about that. Excuse me. We'll see how that goes. I'm just going to read from here. There. 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, that's usually about putting work and effort into something. So there's something here. And again, this one's very happy about it. She's got elves helping her, which to me is a sign that, you know, we may be using our instinct in a creative manner. I mean, this woman's working on pottery. So that's something that she does in her spare time that's fun. So we may be in this mode, right, where we're doing something we want to do and we have time to do. So it's making us happy, putting a lot of effort into it. Just says working carefully, striving away. Okay. So next card, 10 of Cups. This is interesting because what I was picking up was a lot of anger, but I'm not getting that here. We're getting 10 of Cups is about, you know, weddings and celebrations, emotional fulfillment, right? Wedding would signify a union to the highest degree. So there's a sense of wanting to put a work and effort in this area to make, you know, make things go in that way. Next card, 7 of Swords. Filing. I'm going to read from the book on this one. Because to me, instinctively, what I get from this card, I'm trying to get the glare off. Is filing, organizing, putting things in order to, right? Because we're working hard, putting things in order to come up with a union here of emotional fulfillment is really the sense that I get overall. That's what's going on. And these fairies, again, the instinct, helping you put things in order. So let's see. I'm going to see if there's a word or something that's going to prompt me on another line of energy here. 7 of Swords. Well, in here, yeah, it can be somebody rooting through and taking something that doesn't belong. 7 of Swords usually is the trickery card, right? Now, this is interesting because normally I sift through that card. I nailed that card with the energy of filing, organizing things, putting things in place. And really in the card, it doesn't show anything about taking away, right? Other than we got fairies helping you. Well, just give me a minute here. This is interesting because what they're telling me is somebody is putting a lot of work and effort into an emotional connection that does not belong to them. That's what I'm getting. So I'm just going to skippity-doo out of the next cards. Okay, 8. Again, work and effort. We're very happy and pleased to do this. Guided highly to do this. We have the Ace of Wands. That is about passion, right? That's why we're happy, because we're following our passions in these directions that we want to go, right? It makes us fulfilled on a level and inspired as well, right? So that's all groovy. Next card on the 10. Interesting. So this is about the emotional fulfillment, the partnership. Again, this could be there or not yet. Page of Pentacles. He's about knowledge, gaining wisdom, new skills, new skills in an emotional direction, having to do with our passions, following passions. Okay. Now on the trickery, which is the key. Taking something that is not yours. We have the Chariot, travel, movement, going in the direction of something that is not is not ours. There's something deeper here. Just give me a minute to suss this out before. These cards are highly bad for reflecting here. Seems as the day goes on, it's worse. That Chariot can be about conflict. Okay, there's somebody here. Again, I'm not sure if it's the Aquarius energy or that outside of which. Now, either you're an Aquarian going after someone that you know in partnership circles, this is not meant for you. To a degree, I feel like you may be in competition with someone for. Okay, this is what I'm getting. It's a very weird energy. Internally, you're conflicted, but you are moving forward to gain it, no less. You know that this person is not for you. Okay, again, this could be your energy or someone coming at you. But we are very passionate. We may be hung up on looks here or sex or wanting to connect with this person physically rather than there's a need or a want for more information about this person. And we feel like, or I feel like this person is going to go forward and find out more information, because this is the Pentacles coming where he's traveling into. He is conflicted, he or she. They are conflicted. They need more information. Why? Because they are highly passionate towards a certain area and working hard to go in that direction, no less. They need more information. Why? Because they want to marry this person. They want to get to know this person. They want to ground out with this person, meaning set down roots with this person. Okay? And something here is not right. Something is not for them, for their highest good, something like that. Okay? So as we clarify, I'm not going any more cards here because I feel like I'm just going to get like overrun with energy that I won't be able to express anyway. It's just a big rigmarole. I think if you're in this field, you're going to know whether you're the perpetrator or the perpetratee. You're going to know whether you're going outward to gain something that you shouldn't, or you're the one that is having this done upon them. Now, on top of this, all this passion that we're actively working to bring about, discover, look into, all of this passion, we get the Six of Fire, and I'm going to read from this guy. If I have it. Do I have it? Yeah, I do. Okay, so that is Saturn. I don't know my plan. I was saying Saturn, but I didn't say it because I didn't know if I was right. But that is the planet of Saturn, this one here. Now, what they're saying here is conservative, serious energy or attitude. Time to review and analyze plans. Yeah, because somebody... There is a lot of passion going forward here, but I feel like that may be the only thing. There's no emotion. It's just passion. And we're being led by our parts rather than our hearts, right? So 6. Yeah, that's like there's a need. We know this internally. We know this. We know this. Something's awry here. It's like we're going off in the ditch, okay? Now, Page of Pentacles... Elemental of Fire. Got a lot of fire here. Elemental of Fire. There's a cute little salamander. I used to love salamanders when I was a kid. Still do. They're cute. 6? No, Elemental of Fire. Okay, just give me a minute here. Yeah, because what they're giving me instinctively is, look at him trying to get through all these without getting burnt. He knows the way. But should he be in there, right? This is the sense I'm getting. Okay, elemental, just give me a minute. So it says fire brings an influx of burning energy to a situation that can be advantageously used. So that's what it is here. Someone is, okay. So we're going towards a partner here that we may be, taking advantage of a situation, okay, first of all. Secondly, taking advantage of the person, period, for what they can give us rather than truly what we feel. Okay, this is where they don't belong, right? This is where they're like, I see the benefits, how they could benefit me, right? So an example, somebody going, I see this all the time. You have a guy come in and, oh, there's a girl, she can cook, clean, whatever. He doesn't love her, but he'll put her in the house just so she can cook, clean, and whatever. He doesn't love her, but he'll put her there because he needs someone to look after. This kind of thing. It may not be the exact scenario, but this is what we're using the person for something other than true love, right? We're taking something that's not ours. You know, there's stuff missing here, but we're going fast. We're going to do it no matter. Okay. On top of that Chariot. Wow. We get the Empress. I'm going to read from her. I know the Empress energy. Yin Yang, all of that. She's got it almost looks like a sword or a wand and a cup. And this is do we go by our emotions or by our judgment, like our thoughts, right? And this is the thing, air or water. Are we gonna, and the sense I'm getting here is we're just not coming from our water, from our heart, our emotions. No, we're coming from logic. What can this person do for me? How can they benefit me? And in fact, I'm going to benefit more than the other person benefits, and that's fine with me, right? This is what, so it's being in a selfish energy here, we're going out to gain alone, just to gain. So I'm going to read her here just to see what they put for. Again, wisdom is the title of the card, right? And the high priestess is the energy, but I'm wanting to dig here. Combining intelligence and intuition, seeking the whole truth. Yeah, and that's the thing, is we need to, intelligence and intuition is what they say here, but the cup is always about emotion. And the swords is always about logic. So this is where we're sitting. Are we going to be emotional about it, or are we going to be logical? And I feel like this is the balance that needs to be struck. So if there is conflict here, right, because one wants to go this direction, one wants to go that direction, we're going to have to pick a lane. And they're saying we need to get grounded with a balance between our heart and our mind. And if we do that, we won't get burned. We'll, the path will light up. And also this Saturn energy. What the hell was there? My short-term memory. Sorry, guys. Yeah, being serious about things. Taking things seriously. And I feel like, balance really has it all in check there. That balance. Need to balance that out more. But nonetheless, this is where we're at for the week, right? I'm going into it like it's a monthly energy, but it's the week. And this is where we're sitting. We want to take advantage of a situation here. We may not have a lot of emotions invested, but we're willing to work. Why? Because there's a lot of passion here and we can work with that, right? So that's making us happy for now. And again, we got to take things a little more seriously so we don't get burned here. It's really the sense I get. And that is Aquarius. So that was interesting. Man. Okay. So I don't know if you guys are liking this wheel thing, but I'm going to continue it till the end, and then we'll go from there. So for now, I'm going to see if I can get all these readings done this weekend. It's seeming like a lot of time to get them filtered or edited through YouTube. I did mine a few hours ago, and it still hasn't popped up yet. So you might have to wait a day or so until I get the timestamps in, because they're all going to be at once. I'll probably be doing it till 2 in the morning tonight. So anyway, those were the air signs. Again, my Facebook page, Infinity Readings and Reviews on Facebook. Check it out. Join. It's free. You don't pay nothing. You get a lot more readings in there than out here. And also there's live nights there as well. I'll be setting them up in the next week. I already set up a date. Where did I put it? Oh, I put it on the other calendar. Or did I? Whatever. I set up a date already for, I think it's the 15th. Friday the 15th, I'm going to go live out here in YouTube land. And I'm going to do readings for 1 hour. I'm trying to stick to an hour for people that come in. So free readings for those that come in. We'll pull 3 or some cards and see what we can get for you. Okay, so that will be the 15th, Friday, May 15th. Anywhere between 12 Central and 3 p.m. I haven't set a date yet, but if you're Infinity Readings and Reviews, you'll get a notice there, and then I'll put a notice out here. So look in the notice area here, and I'll shoot that out at the same time. Okay, so take care, guys. Have fun, and I will talk to you later, and we'll get the rest of the signs done. So I have fire and water yet to go. Take care. Have fun. Be kind.